I cut off my entire family after my dad stole money from me while I was helping raise my disabled siblings. Growing up, I had 3 siblings and I was the only one without special needs. My older sister has severe autism, my younger brother was born with part of his brain missing, and my youngest sister has brain damage from birth. So basically my whole childhood was spent taking care of them. My parents made me babysit my older sister constantly so they could focus on my younger siblings. I was changing diapers, lifting kids in and out of wheelchairs, feeding my sister and getting her ready for bed every single night. Extended family kept telling me there wasn't much room for me to be a child. Christmas was the worst. Every year my parents signed my siblings up for Angel Tree, which is where charities give presents to kids in need, but they never included me, so my siblings would get nice gifts from strangers while I got dollar store stuff if I was lucky. Some years I just got clothes. If I tried to make myself food on days when my parents were too busy to feed me, I got in trouble. They said I was wasting food and eating too much, but I was only doing this around 3 or 4 in the afternoon after not eating anything all day. A kid can't just starve. When I got sick, they sent me to school anyway. If I cried about it, my mom would snap at me and say they already had enough on their plates and didn't have the energy to take care of me too. I wasn't allowed to visit friends' houses because they needed me home to help. School was embarrassing. Anytime I needed something signed or looked at, my parents ignored me. If I pushed too hard, they'd snap and say later, but later never came. I got in trouble with teachers so many times that I learned to forge my parents' signatures just to survive. They never once came to a parent-teacher conference. Teachers would tell me if I just asked my parents harder, one of them would show up. They didn't understand that asking harder just meant getting yelled at. My birthdays went uncelebrated most years. Sometimes my dad's side of the family would remember and send something, but that wasn't regular. Meanwhile, I watched my siblings get parties and presents and attention. When I got older and got a job, my parents got mad. They said I was taking time away from my siblings who needed me to help out more at home, like I wasn't allowed to have my own life or save money for my future. Then a few months before I turned 18, my dad stole $50 from me. He didn't even try to hide it or deny it. When I confronted him, he got mad at me. He said I had money and didn't offer any to help my family. We got into this huge fight right in front of my grandparents and uncles. They were all there watching, and you know what they said? They told me to cut my dad some slack because my parents were under a lot of stress. That was it for me. I moved out on my 18th birthday and stayed with a friend's family for a few months. Then me and some buddies got our own place together. I moved 16 hours away to a different state. I blocked my parents and about 90% of my extended family. The few relatives I kept would act normal at first, but now every time they reach out, it's the same thing. They tell me I should have more grace for my parents. They say disowning my whole family is extreme. They ask how I'll feel when my siblings die or end up in care after my parents are gone. But here's what I keep thinking about. I spent my entire childhood being a caregiver. I was never allowed to be sick, never allowed to have friends, never got birthday parties or real Christmas presents. I got yelled at for being hungry, and the one time I finally had something of my own, my dad took it from me and everyone defended him. I don't think I owe my parents grace. They had a hard situation, sure, but they also had a healthy kid who needed them, and they chose to treat me like I didn't exist unless they needed free labor.